You think you're compatible with someone because you both like pizza and binge the same Netflix shows. You're not. That's called having similar hobbies, and it's nice, but it's not compatibility. You think you're incompatible because you argue sometimes. You're not necessarily. That's called being two different people who occasionally disagree, which is normal. Most people use compatibility completely wrong. They think it means we like the same stuff or we never fight. Both are nonsense. I'm about to explain what compatibility actually means in the simplest way possible with examples that'll make you laugh and probably call out your current relationship. Here's the real definition. Compatibility is when two people's core values, life goals, communication styles, and conflict patterns can coexist without constant friction. That's it. It's not about liking the same music. It's about whether your fundamental approaches to life can work together long term. Let me break this down with real examples because abstract definitions are useless. This is about what you believe matters in life, not hobbies, not interests, what you fundamentally value. Example, you value experiences over possessions. You'd rather spend money on travel than buying stuff. Your partner values security and saving. They panic when you suggest spending money on a trip. Neither of you is wrong, but you're incompatible on financial values. This will cause fights forever. Every vacation you want, every purchase they make, every financial decision becomes a battle because your core values about money clash. Another example, you value personal growth and constantly want to try new things, learn, evolve. Your partner values stability and comfort, doesn't like change, wants everything to stay familiar. Again, nobody's wrong, but you're incompatible on growth values. You'll feel held back, they'll feel pressured. You'll resent them for not growing with you. They'll resent you for never being satisfied with what you have. Values compatibility means your fundamental beliefs about life, money, family, growth, and priorities align enough that you're rowing in the same direction. Not constantly fighting about which direction the boat should go. This is whether you want the same major things from life, not whether you both like hiking, whether you want the same big picture. Brutal example. You definitely want children. They definitely don't want children. You think you'll compromise later. You won't. This is fundamental incompatibility. One of you will end up deeply unhappy or you'll break up eventually. Stop wasting time hoping someone will change their mind about having or not having entire humans. Another example. You're career-focused and want to live in a big city to chase professional opportunities. They want a quiet life in a small town with a simple job. Neither is wrong, but you're incompatible on lifestyle goals. You'll either resent the small town or they'll resent the city. Somebody loses life goals. Compatibility means your vision for the future is similar enough that you can build it together instead of pulling in opposite directions. This is how you process and express information, not whether you communicate enough, whether your styles can work together. Example, when you're upset, you need to talk it out immediately. When they're upset, they need space to process alone first. Your need for immediate conversation feels like pressure to them. Their need for space feels like abandonment. You're not incompatible necessarily, but you need to understand each other's style and adapt. If you both refuse to understand the other's processing style, you're making yourselves incompatible through stubbornness. Another example, you're direct and blunt. You say exactly what you mean. They're indirect and hint at things. They expect you to read between the lines. You miss their hints completely. They think you're ignoring them. You think they're not communicating clearly. This causes endless misunderstandings. Or this, you process emotions by talking through every feeling you have in real time. They find this exhausting and just want the conclusion. You think they don't care about your feelings. They think you're being dramatic. Neither is true, but your communication styles are clashing. Communication compatibility means your styles of expressing and receiving information can work together without constant translation errors. Conflict pattern compatibility. This is huge and people ignore it completely. It's not whether you fight, it's how you fight and how you repair. Example, when you fight, you yell and get it all out. Then you're over it 10 minutes later. When they fight, they shut down and need days to process. Your yelling traumatizes them. Their shutting down makes you more angry. You're incompatible in conflict style. Another brutal example, you need to resolve conflicts before bed. You can't sleep with unresolved issues. They need to sleep on it and discuss it later. You feel abandoned when they want to table the discussion. They feel pressured when you won't drop it. Your conflict timing is incompatible, or this one. After fights, you need physical affection and verbal reassurance to feel reconnected. After fights, they need space and time before they're ready for affection. Your repair styles are opposite. You feel rejected when they need space. They feel smothered when you want immediate reconnection. Conflict compatibility doesn't mean never fighting. It means your fighting styles and repair mechanisms can work together instead of making every disagreement into relationship-ending drama. Here's where people get compatibility completely wrong. They think compatibility means never having problems. Compatibility means your problems are workable instead of fundamental. Compatible couples still argue about dirty dishes and whose turn it is to take out trash, but they're not arguing about whether to have children or whether money should be saved or spent or whether they want to live in the same city. Incompatible couples might never argue because they are not together long enough for deep incompatibilities to surface. Or they argue constantly because their fundamental approaches to life are in conflict. Here's the spicy truth. You can have incredible chemistry with someone completely incompatible with you. Sexual attraction, butterflies, amazing conversations, intense connection. All of that can exist with someone whose life goals, values, and communication style clash with yours fundamentally. This is why people stay in relationships that make them miserable. The chemistry is good, so they think they're compatible. They're not, they're just attracted to each other while being fundamentally incompatible. And here's the uncomfortable flip side. You can be extremely compatible with someone you don't have crazy chemistry with initially. Someone who seems boring at first might share your values, want the same life, communicate in ways you understand, and handle conflict in ways that work with your style. Most people chase chemistry and ignore compatibility. Then they wonder why the exciting relationship imploded after 2 years, because excitement isn't foundation. Compatibility is foundation. Chemistry is bonus. The goal is finding both. Someone you're attracted to and compatible with. But if you have to choose, chemistry without compatibility is a fun disaster. Compatibility without chemistry is a friendship. Both together is a relationship that actually works. Here's how to assess compatibility before wasting years. Ask direct questions about values. What do you believe about money, family, personal growth, career? What matters most to you in life? Discuss actual life goals. Do you want children? Where do you want to live? What does your ideal life look like in 10 years? Observe communication during disagreement. Do your styles work together or create more problems? Can you understand each other when you're not agreeing? Watch how you both handle conflict. Are your fighting and repair styles compatible, or do they make everything worse? If you discover you're fundamentally incompatible, love doesn't fix it. Effort doesn't fix it. Time doesn't fix it. You're either compatible or you're not. You can improve communication skills, but you can't become compatible with someone whose core values and life goals oppose yours. Stop trying to force compatibility with someone who wants a completely different life than you do. Stop ignoring incompatibility because the chemistry is good. And stop confusing "we both like coffee" with actual compatibility. Compatibility is whether your fundamentals align, whether you can build the same life together, whether your communication works, whether your conflict styles don't destroy each other. That's it. That's compatibility explained in the simplest possible terms. Now, stop dating people you're incompatible with just because they're hot or fun. Figure out if you're actually compatible first, then enjoy the chemistry. Subscribe for more brutally honest relationship content that explains things simply instead of complicating them. Tell me in the comments what incompatibility you ignored because the chemistry was too good.